Former President Donald Trump is returning to a New York City courtroom tomorrow with opening statements expected to begin in his hush money trial. This will be the first ever criminal trial of a former U.S. president. While the former president did say he plans to testify, prosecutors have not revealed who they plan to call to the witness stand first.
Donald Trump about to become the first former president to face a criminal trial. He's charged with illegally falsifying business records to cover up hush money payments to porn star Stormy Daniels to keep allegations of an affair out of the tabloids ahead of the 2016 election. Trump has denied having an affair with Daniels. The jury of 7 men and 5 women, along with 6 alternates, were chosen from a pool of New Yorkers. Those jurors now sworn in, ready for opening statements, which are scheduled to begin on Monday. Prosecutors have not said publicly who their first witness will be, arguing they could face attacks from Trump on social media. The judge agreed, and prosecutors were not forced to reveal who they will be calling to testify. Among the possible witnesses, former National Enquirer publisher David Pecker, who prosecutors say agreed to be the eyes and ears of Trump's 2016 campaign by identifying damaging stories about Trump and keeping them out of print. Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, could also be called as a witness, as well as Stormy Daniels. The former president is using this prosecution as a political rallying cry.
This is a giant witch hunt to try and hurt a campaign that's beating the worst president in history.
While President Biden is out on the campaign trail making his case to voters, Donald Trump, in an email to his supporters, saying that he's trapped in court.
He can come out and say, sure, that this is all a witch hunt, and that might rev up his base, but is that really appealing to the independent voters, the Republicans who are not sold on the former president, that he needs to win over in order to clinch the White House?
Also this week, the U.S. Supreme Court is scheduled to hear arguments on Trump's plea for immunity.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC 7 Chicago Eyewitness News.